Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Samurai Schultz, and welcome to. What the heck is this? Welcome to. Nothing. We're doing nothing today. What even is. Well, I'm glad that that's not working, so I can't. There we go. Yay! Now we got it. We're working on the blockout map again, the castle blockout map, and our goal for today is to set some better milestones because yesterday um, we got some stuff done. This is true, but for 2 hours, I don't think it was a concrete enough amount of work, and it didn't feel substantial enough to the point where I was satisfied. So today we're gonna try to just get one feature done, and I'm just gonna try to set a better milestone for myself today. And the way I'm gonna do that is, I'll show this in a second. Let's see here. The way I'm gonna do that is with GitHub. Now, GitHub isn't a progress tracking app by any means. GitHub Desktop, that is. But what I'm gonna do is, normally I would do a bunch of little changes and then be like, miscellaneous level changes, and then uh, added some features to upper and lower bridge sections, and then just call it a day. Instead, we're going to do the commit title and commit description before we do anything. And I'm going to be constantly referencing this while or in between working on the map. So let's see, we can put it right there. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to, I'm gonna, there we go. So I can alt tab between those two. And I can be constantly referencing this. So first we have to fill this out, right? And by the way, I am kind of proud of some of the work I made yesterday. I made this this cool little scene here, for example. I'm pretty happy about that. And let's see. Oh, I made a better bridge over here. So this looks a lot better, definitely. And to be honest, this looks a bit more like a wall. So I might move this out just a tad and then add some tiling like this over here, except it'll be straight and not on a spline. So I'm pretty happy about that. And let's see, what do we do over here? We were kind of failing with this, and we were failing with these stairs as well. These were way too big for the player. We were adding some details to the landscape, and we added the water for the first time, which is super helpful because even though this looks terrible, right? I mean, if you look closely, if you really focus your attention, you can see the animation that's going on with each tile, but other than that, it doesn't look great. But it still helps us get a good idea of what the cutoff will be for the water line. And that I do really appreciate. That's really good. And it helps us see how all these spikes are going to stick out of the water, and it kind of cleans up some of that spiky mess. I mean, we still have to take care of whatever the hell this is, but it's better at least. Oh, by the way, I am drinking Red Bull today. I got, what's this one? Wild Berries. It's the sugar-free version. I don't know if there's a non-sugar-free version of Wild Berries, but this one's pretty good. I'm really enjoying this. With each can, I water it down with a cup of water, right? Yeah, pretty good so far. Kind of helping me maintain good energy levels. Okay, so talked about what we did yesterday. So today, what are we gonna do? Okay, well, let's take a look here. What could we do that would be to my liking? Okay, this bit right here really needs to be improved on. So I think, well, first let's narrow it down because we don't want to be working on more than one section. We don't want to be working on an area that covers two sections or overlaps two sections. So I don't want to be working on landscape this time, really, as a section, because it's harder to make milestones for that. I just want to get some practice with making milestones with sections that are a bit more concrete. So for example, this section right here, let's see, there's lower section. It starts right there, right? So I think if we cleaned up this area, we could definitely get that done in an hour, I think. We could, change out the stairs, add some rails, maybe add a bit of decoration. But yeah, so one of our goals is making good milestones, and then another one of my goals, I say I mean my goals. One of my goals is to not focus on details so much. I was kind of stressed out yesterday because I was realizing how much time I spent on making sure every mesh looked like, it wasn't floating off the ground or something like that. It's okay. Those things can wait. So I'm gonna open this back up and let's see. Bridge lower section design. I don't know why we call it level design, really, when it's really level development, because you're not just sketching it out anymore. Maybe you're always sketching it out. Maybe it's a fairly constant recursive process. Which kind of sounds sad. But let's see. Finished southern I'm gonna be very specific about this because I want my milestone to be very specific, so when I refer back to it, I'm not confused at all. So finish the southern tower to bridge to tower subsection of the, what is it called again? Bridge of the C underscore bridge underscore lower section. We can definitely get that done in an hour. And I think I might want to spend think I might want to spend most of stream today working on this level. So I think in addition to that, we can add rocks to the landscape for both of these. So let's work on adding some rocks. So we can add some rocks to basically this. Whoa. No, this area right here. That goes all the way down, of course. And we can add them to here as well. And that's really easy to do because it's already kind of blocked off. I gotta say, these are still kind of odd shapes for the landscape, but it'll work. It'll do. Okay, so let's see. Add rocks to landscape. To landscape within the above subsection. Okay, so we want to do the top first and then the bottom point. So I think that's fine. Okay, let's just let's get right into it. So this whole thing, it actually might not need to go because if we look up here, it's modular stairs. That's world settings. I want to look at details. So we have these broken stairs. These broken stairs are a little bit weird. I'm not sure that these will work. Quad stair. Oh, interesting. Huh. Oh yeah, this if we... Sorry, what? -90, I think, is the ticket. Yeah, so now they're all facing the right way. We just have to make them come together. Oh, and we have to make sure that they stack well. Okay, this is pretty good. This is not bad. So -380 approximately. If we look at that, you can see where the seams are, obviously. It's the brown stripe amongst all the beige stripes. You can see that that shadow is fairly prominent, but it's not too bad. If we that should not be going. That should not be going that long. Manual instance. Okay, there we go. So if we change that. So my partner on this project built this modular stair tool. I really don't know how to use it that well. I haven't used it a ton, so I'm doing my best. But we're learning as we go. Scale to match end. What? Okay, we don't need to do that. Correction length values. Okay, that makes them closer together. Okay, we just need to... Oh, that was really good. Where was that exactly? -234. I'm gonna call it there. I think that's pretty good. Oh, we have like this subtle stitching problem. Not a huge deal though. Not. I'm getting voice cracks today. I'm trying to be hydrated. It's not that bad. Okay. What? Oh, if we increase scale, then our player probably won't be able to walk on them. So I'm not gonna do that. Let's see if right now they can't even walk on them right now. And I think kind of some errors I don't care about. Cool. I think I need to lower this down to the ground. I'm right as always. Right there. Gee Willikers. Good. Goodness gracious. Alright, what even is this? Oh, pick up. That ain't my scope. I don't know how to deal with that. Because I'm not a very good programmer. I am not very excellent at that. We also need to change the manual instance count. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. That's pretty good. Manual instance count width. Oh yeah, width. What if I turn this? Okay, 3. That's something, I guess. Scale to match end. What if I set that there? Because I think this widget is meant to... Yeah, I'm just gonna... It's on that. I'm gonna not do that. Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna increase the size, but... I'm going to decrease this, so I have to turn off that lock option. Okay. I think 3 wide looks better, definitely. Okay, way easier to walk up now. Whoops. Yeah, that's so much better. Alright. Yeah, I'm realizing how much I need a light for the back of my head. Because, like, pretty much this is obscured in darkness. In darkness. Okay, yeah, I can't go back that way, obviously. Stop, I don't care about your errors. Don't care. 5895. 5895. Okay, that's not what I meant to type. Let us... Wait, I do have snapping enabled. Okay. Now here it's gonna be, let's just set it to 5800. Okay, when I move it on the green arrow, it's not changing my green value. I'm not very happy about that. I'm angry. I'm upset. Correction length values. Oh, that's gonna be this. Okay, right. I'm not gonna focus on getting it perfectly centered. I think that that's good enough. This increase that. Just so it's up there like that. You know? You just gotta get it mostly right. And then these stairs are already centered there, so I have to center this on the stairs. And does that mean I have to turn this into a spline? Yeah, the question is what to do with this area over here. There's just not, because there's nothing to look at. Like this is, I don't, why is this even here? This is a modular floor. Okay. Yeah, yesterday I was debating whether I should make stairs to let the player go up inside this, but that's not debatable anymore because this sucks. Whoever made those stairs did not have usability in mind for the player. Unfortunately. So let's delete that and let's get a structure that's more interesting. What if we just made a square tower? That would be interesting. Wall base triangle. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, some news. So I just realized I'm showing my entire screen. That can't be it. That's not a huge problem, is it? It's no biggie. Um, well, I guess I don't really need to show the Steam page. It's not really big. It doesn't really show that much anyways. Um, but I got invited to join the playtest for this tactical first-person shooter game called Ferocious. Just got sent an email from Steam about it today, so I'm pretty excited to play that. And I'm gonna ask the developers if I can stream it, because that would be really cool. That'd be really dope. Okay, let's go in here and let's find a good floor. Floor. You know, we haven't made use of these stairs really. What if we use these a bit more? I'm gonna make this work on the corner. Okay. I've lost all ambition, worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same. I don't remember what the last part is. Well, I gotta look this up. This is really important. I don't want to set the world on fire. I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. And then believe me, I don't know how to sing that. Dude, watching my first episode of Fallout, the show, and hearing that song at the end, that was huge. Oh wait, is that the intro maybe? Is that the intro or the outro? I cannot remember. So much aura though. That was crazy good pick. Yeah, what a great show. Actually, I haven't really checked up on it. I wonder if they have any more episodes coming out or that have come out. Because I finished season 1, but I have not heard anything about it since, really. Except how good it was, because the actors actually engaged with the source material. I'm feeling like this should still be wider. I'm not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. What if we did 2.5? That's a nice clean value. Wait a second. It's the pillars that are off. Yeah, wait, so the center line is right here. It's kind of hard to see, but you have these dits and dashes. Dits and dashes. So if we just center this point on that line, then we'll be good. We'll be good to go. Details don't matter. I gotta focus, focus, focus. This right here, that can definitely be moved over. What? And yeah, we should definitely rework this to be more ruined. Though. Yeah. But anyways, let's make an interesting scene up here. So, we need to move this over. And then, I'm not going to mess with this right now, with how that connects. I'm just going to make an interesting scene. By that, I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to try to figure it out. So, first of all, you need stairs for an interesting scene, obviously. Otherwise, it's boring. You need stairs. You need a cage for all your pets. Like, are your pets? Because pets are, whoops. Because pets are interesting. And then you need some tubular bones, some tubulars, you might even say. Something your parent can gnaw on. so that they don't get bored. You gotta put that right there, put that right there. And then you need some broken wall. You need some broken wall right there. And then of course you need a platform. So you have something to get up to. Otherwise the stairs are just gonna lead nowhere. Let's add that too. Floor, cube. And of course we can use modular floor. So I'm actually gonna search for modular. A modular floor, which new level art tools. This is definitely the right one. And it will not be incorrect. Definitely. Perfect, right there. That's the ticket. So we got something to get up to. Okay, we got a thing to get up to. Actually, let's turn that around. There's a difference between regular details and details like this. Because if I don't line this up correctly, then that can be a problem, because that can be a problem later on. Because if my measurements with the structure are off, then I'm gonna have to gut everything. Because I might be like, oh, this mesh is 10 centimeters off here. No, wait, actually it's negative 10 centimeters off. Or, oh wait, no, it's actually in this axis. So that's why I'm trying not to focus on little things like, do these pillars match up? Are they centered? Are they centered around the middle of this bridge? That doesn't matter as much because I'm not working with the bridge right now anyway. But also they're kind of a standalone feature. There's not any additional structure that's dependent on the measurements of these being correct. So that's why it doesn't really matter right now. So I'm gonna move this over. Get an interesting wall. And then we solve this floor. Okay, so let's increase X. Nope, other axis. Here we go. And of course, you need another pair of stairs. Of course, of course, of course. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna make sure the player can get up and down that. Okay, good. Perfect. And let's ignore those errors. Those don't matter. And then that's not what I wanted to select. I wanted to select this. I don't think that there is this tool in Unreal Engine, but you know, like the whole drag and select tool in Blender? I really wish that they had that in here. I don't think that they do, though. Okay, we need some bars. This might turn out extremely boring, this little scene right here. I'm just kind of experimenting with some objects I don't typically use. Like, I haven't used this cage yet. I don't think I've used the bones inside the cage. I have not used these, definitely. And since a lot of these assets are from this asset pack, I'm going to be using some more of these assets. Let's get a hook, because we can put that in this. And we can put some of these iron spikes on top. These. Okay, that's not bad. It's a little bit bare bones, but we can fix that. Now let's slide her over. Okay, and then we're gonna, oops, we're gonna deselect that, double up, and then do it again. Oh, you know what? I can hold shift to go along with it when I'm moving that mesh. Okay, and then we're gonna do it again. One more time. Okay, I think the spacing is pretty good on that. That's pretty good. Pretty good. By the way, welcome in, viewer. I didn't actually say anything. I just saw the number. Hello. Hope you enjoy, and I hope you're enjoying it so far. We're just doing some level design. Might be working on my other project today, but for now, this takes priority over all. Okay. Doesn't quite scale up. That's fine. You know what I just realized? What if I select... Okay, well, why? Nope, not that. I can select these. Right here. Move them up. And then we can put a wall underneath. So let's get some wall here. Get some broken wall. Yeah. Okay, this... that's okay, I guess. We can alternate it. But let's put this in there. Oh, actually, I don't need to bring in another one. What am I thinking? I can just duplicate it. I'm not going to change these out right now because I can change them out later. Right now, I just want to get this fully fleshed out. I don't know why the pivot point changes to the second one. That's a little silly. Anyway, we got that going. We got some big broken wall here. And this all needs to be shifted down by 1 unit of 10. It's touching a little bit better. There we go. That's pretty good. Maybe I can make some kind of little canopy, I suppose. Let me sink that in. Wide wall. Hope you can't hear all the construction going on outside my window, or whatever is going on out there. Fallen's going down. Probably legal. Legal. Not with the IL. It's all good. Let's see, break wall. Bro, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make a I'm just trying to make something tall enough here. Okay, maybe if I stack this right there. I want to make something to hang the... I want to make a ceiling to hang this cage on. Actually, wait, I have the hook here. Bring that up. Okay, I'm going to change to unlit, which looks terrible, but this is going to make attaching this easier. Okay, let's change it that way. Okay. Yeah, I should have known that probably wouldn't fit. We kind of have a compatibility problem for brick sizes as well. So that's gonna be something to figure out. Oh, fireplace. You know what? That might actually be more interesting. Not even gonna lie. Let's move that. Let's move that over here. I think I kind of want to hide this from the player a tiny bit, so I might add some wall just so that they can see the glow and, wonder what's behind it. Even though that what is ultimately behind it is a lackluster mess. For now. For now. We can make it better. Okay, that's the same piece. Do I really want to... I don't know if I want to use the same piece. If I angle it, that's not too bad if I do that. It's not that great, though. It's not that great. Okay, these need to be wider, and for that, I'm going to use modular stairs again. So let's look for that. Modular stairs. Modular stairs with vertical adjustments. Okay, this is in new level art tools. I'm not in the mood to experiment right now, so I'm just gonna go with all reliable. What is this called again? Stair cube. Okay. So we're gonna... Okay, so if we go 3 there, 3 there. Width. Oh, wait. Actually, I want that to be 1 for both. So we're just gonna have that. Wait, I don't need modular stairs. I just need to increase the scale of this one. That's all I wanted to do. Why did I think I needed modular stairs? That was silly. Whoops, we need to turn on scale snapping. Okay, that's decent. Might not be the best, but we can adjust. And let's bring that over. But yeah, I was pretty stressed yesterday because I didn't feel like I got that much work done on the section that I did. So I watched a bunch of videos about gray boxing and doing level details. And I was surprised there's not many videos at all about actually doing level details and like how to stay focused. I thought that would be a larger topic in the community, but apparently not. And I don't really have that big of a qualm with it, but just kind of surprised, I guess. Thought more people would be talking about that because there's so much content already on how to gray boxer levels, but not really how to go deeper than that. Or even how to like place enemies in it or place items, things like that. I think the one video that I saw that had anything to do with that was this video about like it was like 5 tips to improve your level design, and one of them was the first platformer to like make the player go right was uh Super Mario Brothers. Like one of the old Mario games. I don't remember the exact names. And you'll notice a lot of platformers do that now. So it incentivizes going right. I think they even do that in Skyrim. Although I haven't played the Skyrim games. Or, sorry, the Elder Scrolls. Let's move that. What happened to my last one? What happened to my last spikes? Whatever. Let's just move this over. See, I'm doing my level design here a lot differently than I normally would because over here, it mostly started with constructing a story, and then that's how the environment came about. Like this guy died of grief, seeing his friends' corpses. Uh, but here I'm just kind of placing objects around, hoping that something good will come out of it, or something interesting at least. Okay, so we have that there. Okay, making a little archway. What the heck even, what even is that? I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Okay, maybe we add a destroyed wall here. And I'm gonna lower that. And then from there, we can add a wide wall. Oh yeah, I used that over here. Right, yeah. So that was a broken one. I'm actually gonna move that to be down there. Man, I'm really hoping this turns out well. I'm just, okay. Wait, is that from the, okay, I thought that was from the modular stairs for a second. I was very confused. Okay, this, I'm going to turn that around. Move it this way. I guess if I wanted to make a full arch, I could do that. How does that look? Like, it doesn't even show the clipping. That's not bad. That's not bad, Jet. That's pretty good. Okay, what if we move that to be over there as well? Need some water here. Delicious. Okay, since we have these heavy arches here, we should add a heavy wall behind it, right? Go figure. Makes sense. Here we could add some debris. What a load of hot garbage this is. Holy crap. What am I even looking at? What? uh, in time. In time, fellows. In time. Well, we'll get it. Oh, wait, that's not... What kind of... Yeah, I'm gonna search for wide and hope I find another wide wall. Ah, okay, there's another wide wall. And this one, to vary it up, I can get it to be parallel. But I can stick it down there. And then here, I can take this, put one of them up top, and then rotate it 180 degrees. And it looks exactly the same because that's how it is. It's designed the same on front and back. Oh. Okay. Not gonna say this pack is the most versatile, but hey, I'll be grateful for what I can get. I'm sure it took a lot of time to make these. I've never like fully modeled anything that's game ready in Blender. I've made a block man and I'm working on my sculpture. My sculpted man. Those the same thicknesses? I love it. It's beautiful. Okay, wide wall. I didn't realize there was another wide wall. That's less terrible, I guess. Hmm. Okay, how do I feel about this? I'm going to start right there because I can't walk up. I feel like there is something in the center and there's nothing. How disappointing. That's how I feel as the player. Pretty much. If I had a fire over here, that might catch my attention, but there really needs to be something right there. And there needs to be a shadow. It can't just be plain daylight. That is how I am feeling. And we need some pillars. It doesn't even need to be a functional thing. It just needs to be... It needs to be beautiful. Like this broken skeleton. Beautiful. For real though, I will change that out. I promise. I just need to... Maybe I won't change it out. Maybe I'll add something else. Where the heck are the pillars? Why can't I? Oh, right there. Columns. Let's add these. Actually, there's a level tool for that. Let's see. Modular wall and pillar. Okay, so we can just set, okay, we can't set that to nothing, can we? Okay, I'm gonna look at column. Not bridge column, we're gonna go for quad column. And wall transform, connector transform. Okay, for the wall transform, we're just gonna set those all to 0. And then the connector transform last instance end. No. Okay, I have not used this tool a ton, admittedly. Auto receive input. Man, it's been an hour and we're still on this. From here to here, this all took an hour. Well, not an hour, because I was yapping for like 10 minutes about how it was only going to take an hour. So actually, I have like 14 minutes left. It's fine. Okay, I'm going to bring this out into the open just so it's easier to see. Connector rotation scale. So if we look at the floor, this one's fairly intuitive because we have these right here, last instance and I don't have that here. Why is that so weird? Ah. Interesting. Okay. How do I change the distance between them, though? I want to change the distance between. Because you can do that, but it only goes so far, because it's really meant to stretch between 2 points, kind of like a spline. But without curves, obviously. Yeah, none of these other variables have anything to do with that. Okay, so maybe not as advanced as we would like it. So I'm just gonna place him manually, which is fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I really only wanted 2 anyways, so not really a huge deal. I'm actually gonna delete that because I want it down there. I bet that's perfect. It is. Thus saith me. Okay. Get that to the other side. By the way, I'm sorry if this is boring. I have no idea what I'm doing. I am very bad at level designing because, and I said this, whoops, I didn't mean to duplicate that. Because as I said to my collaborator, I have trouble with extremely recursive work. Or sorry, not recursive, that's not the right word. Very iterative work where you have to iterate over and over and over. And you have to rethink and then re-implement and rethink and re-implement. And yes, you do have to do that for programming, arguably. There's my timer. You do have to do that for programming, obviously. But with that, it's more concrete. It's like, yes, I made the character able to move. And maybe you changed out the move logic so that it's more, I don't know, it's more scalable or something like that. Or you you added it to the player. You added the control logic to the player controller class instead of the player character. Like that feels more concrete than this. Like this is really an art. This is more of a how would you categorize that? It's more of a vague art than programming, I feel like. Not to say it's any less. I'm not just saying level design. I'm just saying it feels less concrete when I do this, ironically, than when I complete a mechanic in C++. Correction length. No, I want that to be same correction rotation. Nope. Last instance ends. Scale to match ends. If I do that and that. Oh. Wowee. Jeepers criminy. I like this. This is what I'm going for. See, I wish this was at the corner though, because now it's going to be jutting in there, and I don't want that. I don't want that at all. It's bad. See how that looks like utter shite now? That's not good. That's no good. That's what Sonic would say. Wait, why can't I? Wait. I can't move it. Pick an actor by... What are we even doing here? What are we doing? Well, I'm glad I'm glad my editor glitched out on me for no reason. For no reason at all. See, doesn't that just strike beauty into you? You just see a metal pole going through a skeleton and you're like, man, right on. That just inspirational. Let's see, fire. Gotta find some fire. Ooh. Can we scale down that particle? That's not exactly what we can scale it up. Reset on detach. What does that even do? I don't understand. Oh, it resimulates every... Oh, that makes sense, I guess. It has to start out from nothing. I suppose. How do I... Ah, that's how you translate horizontally. I understand. Is there like a lid for that, I wonder? Oh, and we need a... I just realized you guys can't hear that. Let me change that. Let me change that 1 second. Because I have it on display capture in OBS, and if I made you able to hear every sound from my display capture, that wouldn't be great. That would be horrible. Wait, did I actually turn that on? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Wonder, is it capturing audio? Should be capturing audio. Okay. Doesn't show that. It does not show that. I hope you can hear that. That's the fire cue. I'm so confused as to what's happening, but it's fine. It's not the most important thing. I'm just gonna add a sound cue in here, and it's gonna be just fine. Just imagine. Use your imagination. Ain't that nice? And you know what? What's a fire without some tubular bones? And can you even call it a proper fire? Oh, we could just use some roots, I guess. Nah, no. Bones. Bones. Can the player even see that? They can. A little bit. They're kind of clipping out of the cage. Maybe we need to add some small roots. Holy crap, that is the biggest of all the small roots ever. I wish there was a way to throw in objects and then just make them settle to the bottom and have gravity. You know, like when you enable physics? When we simulate physics on a... wait, why can't I simulate physics on that? Also, I think the camera should be a little bit closer to the player. It's kind of far, to be honest. Anyways, let's move this down. We're gonna make a bramble. We're gonna make a little bit of a tangle of all these roots. Okay, let's give that one some translation. Let's move this one over here. This one we're gonna make a tiny bit bigger. I'll make it a little bit bigger. That way. Whoops. Just trying to vary it up. Let's move these down. Does it look the most realistic? No. I mean, you don't see any embers, but I'm not about to try to look up a whole Niagara tutorial or whatever. That's silly. Okay. I'm gonna say that's almost good enough. I need to add something to cover that up. That abhorrent mess. We can add some of that, and then some of that. And then some of that. We'll just depress it a little bit. Perfect. And the texture even kind of matches, almost, sort of. And we can rotate it, not smoothly, or not snapping. Let's get some of this. Get some of that there. I don't know if you were on stream when I mentioned this earlier, but I was invited. Well, not invited. That makes it sound like personally invited. I tried to join a bunch of playtests after the Arc Raiders playtest ended because I just thought I'm not gonna miss out on a potential masterpiece ever again. And I was looking for just a bunch of them. I found a website actually with a bunch of playtests that were going on Steam. And so I joined this one for this game called Ferocious. And it's like a tactical shooter. So I might be streaming that tomorrow. We will see. I have to ask if I am allowed to stream it. Seems like it's an open playtest. It doesn't seem like it's a closed one. Well, actually, I wasn't invited right away, so that would mean it is a closed playtest. Because usually during an open playtest, you can just play, no qualms about it. But with this one, I had to wait a little bit. I think it's been a week since I requested for permission. Okay, let's move that. That's not gonna work. I'm surprised how well clipping meshes actually blend together. If you just layer them on top of each other, it adds more detail. Like, it's not that bad. Now the roof, leaves a lot to be wanted, but could be worse. Could be worse. Okay, so time to work on this bridge. It's time to go. Bridge base. I need bigger. I need bigger. Yeah, man. Arc Raiders is... I really wish I'd gotten to play that playtest, but I'm so glad that it was an open playtest, or tech test, I guess, because now so much content has been made about it. And more content means more hype. And I'm all for that. Not sure about all the alcoholism that's going on. I don't think that people should be so excited for a game that they complain about functioning. And like I know, like you could say, like oh, they're just joking. Are they really joking completely? Are they really completely joking? Like okay, maybe to some extent they're like no, I mean it's really okay. But I don't know. Just look at the Arc Raiders subreddit and just I don't like the spirit of things that's going on there sometimes. But that's just kind of how it is with Reddit, I suppose. Okay, so my problem here is we have a couple competing factors with this bridge. So first of all, we have this huge drop. And second of all, we have this, well, this was supposed to be a river. We kind of planned for an ocean, or a sea, more accurately. We planned for a sea and a river. Doesn't make any sense at all. So I was thinking I might turn this into an aqueduct for clean water, whatever. That's supposed to be the function behind it. But then how do I know where to place my bridge supports? That's my problem. So what I think I'm gonna do is gonna hold up. It's not clipping through at all, is it? No. Okay. What I think I'm gonna do is just duplicate a bunch of these. And actually, we want to, let's give a bigger snap to it. Right? That's what they're called, snap sizes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we can just change them up later. But also, I kind of want these to alternate with the pillars. Let's see, what's the, I can't see the individual. That's a bit of a problem. That's okay. I can fix it. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe, oh, we just get a smaller snap size. Maybe not 5, maybe something like 10. And we it's perfect. Almost perfect. Can always be better. Okay, I'm going to select this so that way the pivot point is where I can see it and more accurately line it up. Are these pillars are not placed very well. Yeah, let me check these out. Okay, that's, they use modular floor. Okay. Another modular floor. Is this also modular floor? Yep. Yeah, modular. Wait, why wouldn't you use the same modular tool for all it? I mean, these are the same mesh, so why wouldn't you use the same modular? I don't understand. Yeah, because all we have to do is change this to 2 in the Y, and then you increase the correction length. Anyways, I don't know. I'm gonna use the restroom, so I will be right back. back. There we go. Alright. So yeah, why the heck did we... Why did we do that? Because those weren't even accurately placed. Because that's one of the arguments that I could see being viable, is it's easier to make it symmetrical since the pivot point is placed really weirdly here. But anyway, so we're just going to increase the length. Is this modular? Okay, this is also modular floor. Yeah. This is really good for prototyping, but one of the problems I see with it is it's just hard to get accurate measurements so that your environments can be symmetrical or just designed the way that you want them to be. Why is this all the way over there? Oh. Actually, if we use scale to match end, it's a little bit better. Wait, we use... Okay, yeah, so changing the Z doesn't do anything. The width. Okay, width. See, now here I can actually set the parameters myself. So I know that this is exactly, this X dimension is exactly 2,000 units wide. So I can plan more accordingly when I'm doing my pillars. And then last instance, and not sure this is, oh, okay. Did not like that very much. Okay, 10,000. Oh, okay. That's a little painful to witness. Wait a second. If I scooch, if I set the pivot offset to here, then it's a no problem. No problem at all. Oh, whoops. And we have to change this down light because I cannot see anything. I mean, also because my glasses, but yeah. These are sunglasses, by the way. They're not prescription or anything. I don't know why I'm wearing them. I just, I mean, I do because they're freaking cool. But, no real use. I mean, I guess my lights are kind of bright. Okay, so these right here, and we can turn the lights back on. We have a really weird correction length, don't we? I'm not even sure how to do the mental math for that. That is just so complicated. What if it was 0? Okay, I see. So that's the default distance between them. Why is that? Why would that be the default distance? It doesn't make any sense to me. That is funky. I also don't know how wide these are, and it's probably some really weird, number. I mean, just take one look at these stairs and like, just they're gonna have some weird measurement across. Well, really in all dimensions, probably. Okay, well, let's at least try to. 6,600. Whoops. Nope, that's also not what I want. There we go. I have the Y. Let's make this. Actually, Y is not as important. I'm more concerned about that axis of symmetry. And then 4210. Okay, height doesn't matter. So mainly just the x-axis. That's the main in. The main in. And okay. It's not quite centered. That's basically right though. That's basically it. So we got that. And we've got. Right, okay, so we need to line these up. But first, the location for this has to make sense. Okay, so we know. Let me do some maths here. So why is okay? The pivot point should either be on the corner or it should be in the center. But having it here makes no sense. Not a lick. Well, it makes sense because your original mesh, the floor cube, you would have the pivot point be in the center. But since it's a modular tool, I feel like it should be at the corner or in some kind of center so that you can more accurately measure. Because now I'm not really sure. Not really sure what to put as my X, which is the most important thing. I'm gonna put this at 6,200. And I'm gonna put this at 5,290. And this. So as it decreases, it goes that way. Okay. What about 5,140? That's a nice even number. Okay, what about 5,145? That's 5,140. There we go. That is. That's not. What am I thinking? That's not even right. That's not right at all. How do we. 5,190? Okay, I need to go back to unlit for this. Get serious, I'm taking off my sunglasses. Maybe 5,180. correction length. Oh, I should have made the correction length a better number in the first place. Okay, what if we made it 200? Okay, that would be even easier to work with. What if we made this 50-50? Well, what if we made this 50-100? Tain't bad at all. That's almost exactly it. I think if we made it... That is close enough. I'm happy with that. That's pretty good. Okay. You know, it's really weird because I used to, when I would do level design, I used to always be thinking about playing a video game. But now, like, I can't even, like, enjoy playing video games that much because all I'm thinking about is, man, like, I've got stuff left to do. Like, I can't. If I, if I let go of it now, I might never get it done. Like, I can't, I'm 21. I gotta start now because I'm not even a proficient programmer. I still have a lot left to learn. Let's add some more rubble to this, by the way. And we're still in bridge lower section. Okay, good. Whew. Imagine if we had to convert all that. Okay. Okay. So I guess the shortcut for top perspective is that. Oh wait, if I switch back to that, then I go Control Shift Space. No. Front wireframe lit. That's from the front? What? Good thing I just saved because I had 91 unsaved. And then I saved. So I only lost two. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine losing all? Oh, that could have been really bad. It's okay. It's probably not going to work. Yeah, so if I go here again, my rubbish is gone. Or yeah, it's rubbish. It's really rubble though. Why do they call it rubbish? This I feel like we can definitely wait, hold up. I think we can make that more punctuating. And then not like that. Oh, that's rough, right? That doesn't make sense for it to go right through the spine. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Oh look, you see he was gonna fall down, but good thing this is propping him up. That is great. Okay. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with this. This is looking better. Looking better. I'm feeling kind of tapped out for creativity now. But we just gotta keep going. We just keep going. 5105. 5105. 6200. 6200. And this might as well just be 5720. Oh, I will open those asset editors. Actually, I don't need that. Oh, that's what it looks like unlit. That's so weird. Sorry, just had to briefly detain myself. Wait, it takes so long to drag this out. -1. Oh, gonna have negative instances. Oh man. Correction length. Excuse me. Okay, this bridge base does not match very well. I'm gonna look for the beam. Where the... What's that even... What's that even mean? I don't understand. Oh, because that widget is over... I gotta bring it back. Otherwise it's gonna scale to... Oh, wait, no, I don't want to scale to match end. Yeah, if I scale to match end, then it's gonna be more like a floor. But I want them to be staggered. So yeah, that's actually not gonna work at all. Okay, scale. I'm gonna say 2.0, definitely. And never mind, it needs to be bigger. Twice as big. Okay, that's more like it. Yeehaw. Okay. Okay, maybe 3.75. No, that's not. 3.875? Okay, that's a good size. I just don't want them to, I don't want this bit and this bit of the next one to collide. So I'm gonna put that down. And we have some correction to do. Correction length. I'm going to decrease that. Let's see. How many instances? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we want to change that to 7. Right, that's what it was before. Duh. Change this to 2. Why does it go the other way? I don't want it to go the other way. Whoops. Maybe if I... Yes, yes. Correction length is positive 200. That's negative 400. Okay, so that doesn't even matter. Negative 425. That's the ticket, surely. And we need to change the correction length there. As long as it's centered at the end, it'll be fine. Because that's the one that's going to have the most variability. Okay. Negative 22. Negative 21. Negative 21.5. Okay, that's perfect. Basically perfect. And this, well, this just needs to be thicker. No, what? Oh, I see. That's what was happening. Let's change that to 2. At least 2. Okay. That's good. That's a good size. And here we have a couple of enemies. We definitely need a light like right in the center, but not at the edges. I have 6 unsaved and it's probably going to crash. Please. Oh my gosh. Please don't crash. Please. Okay, I need to exit and say, oh my gosh. I'm going to save. I almost always save before I play, but I forgot. That was a little scary. Oh my gosh. Okay. So right here. Well, good thing our collision is all sorted out. Yay. Do I get another key from this? I'm sorry if you guys can't hear the sound effects. They're not super exciting anyway, but when I killed that first guy, he gave me a key that's unique to enemies. And I'm stuck there. I can't get up there. Okay. This is like the coolest scene in here, I think. Probably. You know what I just realized? So this is supposed to be basically a walking simulator game that's supposed to emphasize good level design, which is why this is so difficult for me. Because I'm a terrible level designer. But there should be a zoom in function for the player so that they can zoom in on things that are interesting. Like this boy. And this one. stair. What the heck is even going on here? Bro, I didn't even... Oh, I think I kind of get it. Okay. There just needs to actually be an opening for them to go down. Hmm. How are we doing on our... Finish the southern tower to bridge the tower subsection. Yeah, we're not even finished with the first one. And we've got 13 minutes left. So let's see, what did I do wrong here? Did I focus on details too much? Feels like I blocked things out pretty roughly. Like I haven't even finished the roof. I haven't finished this side. I haven't, made this make sense. I didn't, worry about the landscaping meeting up. I didn't worry about this. I didn't worry about, a piece for the stairs, making that, or rails even. I didn't even worry about the stairs actually working. Well, that's actually a priority. I should do that. Let's actually look at player collision. I don't understand, like, some... Like, this is simplified collision. Maybe that's why it's like that. Why? Okay. So I can walk in between there. Okay. So modular, yeah, so I'm using modular stairs. What if I scale to match end? And so instead of doing that, I use this. Whoa. Hmm. Why the heck doesn't that work? It does not work with stairs, I guess. Okay. Anyways, that's fine. We'll just leave it like how we had it before. I'm gonna look, see what the collision for this is. Let's show just a simple collision. Okay. Honestly, not great. So the reason that the player is able to get up a few steps, it seems like somehow they're able to get past this first step. That's actually wireframe. Oh, that hurts. I'm not gonna do that. Lighting only. Okay, this is easier to look at. So this is kind of a flat surface right here, it seems. But then this is not a flat surface. So I think I'm going to auto convex collision. Let's increase the hull count to 16. And that's worse. Max all vertices. So we had 4, 16. Okay, hull precision. Let's retry that. Okay, that's what it was before, and now, okay. Did I just completely wreck it? Am I gonna have to re-import this whole pack and then replace all the stairs? Hopefully not. Here. Okay, that's not great. That's not what I wanted to do. That is not at all what I wanted to do. I thought that they were working okay. So I still fell in between them somehow. How did that happen? Because I mean, the collision it's right along the edge. Is it because of this gap? There's no way it's because of that. There's no way, right? There's no way. Chapstick. Hmm. What if we auto convex collision again? What if we remove collision and then we auto convex it? And then we apply. Okay, that's bad. Okay, the difference between 4 and 16 does not seem to be that much. Like I can't see any lines changing. What if we just increase everything all the way? Oh man, I really hope that this works. Ah, frick. I did it incorrectly. Okay, so having a bit of a problem here still. I can get up those first few steps. Can't make it to that third step though. Same, oh, I can kind of get up to that. And then I just slide off. Re-import base mesh. Okay. Good thing I don't have display capture on because that brought up my Windows Explorer. Hole count. Maybe I'll just replace the stairs. We'll have to see. But I think I'm just gonna end it there. I think we got some progress done. So I did not get that done. Finished the southern first tower of that. Which I did. I think I completely finished that. I mean, you could add more detail to it. Yeah, sure, you can make it better, I suppose. Oh, whoops, I just realized I am not showing. You added all that. All this. 95 changed files. I mean, you watched the stream, didn't you? So you know we all changed. So I'm just gonna push that. And then I will do a pull request in a bit. But I think for now, that is all I'm gonna do. So thank you so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed that stream. And let's see, when are we streaming next? Tomorrow, same time, same place, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 11 to 1 a.m. to p.m. CST. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Farewell.